Very good afternoon, all. As mentioned by Chairman, I had to face two challenges. One is the challenges on this rural infrastructure and our opportunities. The other challenge is, after having a heavy food, how to make you comfortable without sleeping. That's another challenge. Let's see how we meet this challenge. Okay. The morning sessions, the various speakers, they have been talking about various extension technologies, methods, platforms, using different platforms like a mobile. We have an dedicated online systems. We have decision support systems. We have media-based or a television, radio, other things. So here I'm going to share one of the experience, one of the project we have been working in Kerala, where we use combination of all these, and how we are addressing some of the challenges and how we are reaching to the unreached by using these technology platforms. As you know about Kerala, we are 100% broadband in all villages. We have the highest tele-density, highest mobile penetration, highest PQLA. And if you look at some of the demographic details also, it's quite comfortable figures. We have a 35 million population, and literacy rate is almost 90% and above. So this is the basic information about the Kerala. And if you look at in the infrastructure wise, look at in the internet penetration as well. And we cover almost all 14 districts now. We have a base stations at almost all the blocks, around 152 blocks in Kerala. We have a wireless connectivity up to 10 kilometers in most of these districts now. And also we have additional 1,500 remote locations where it is connected. And it's operational in the block headquarters. And we have 3 nodes, Trivandrum, Kochi, Kozhikode, which is connected, interconnected, and providing basic services. This is the typical wireless broadband representation in a particular district. If I take an example of Malappuram, is one of the first wireless districts in the state. This is a typical penetration, how we are reaching to the people. And if you look at some of the other platforms like television, of course, the penetration is very high. Most of these households in Kerala, we have a television set, and we are around 7 commercial as well as the national channels who gives a lot of information on 24/7. And of course, we have a radio. On All India Radio, they got a statewide presence. Apart from, we have a FM stations, community radios operated by NGOs, farmers group, missionaries, and education institutions, and so forth. Of course, when it comes to the mobile, we are also heading in the state. We are penetration-wise, we are very high. Now, some of the general observation in Kerala, what we have learned, how the people are accessing the information. Like, most of our farmers are average and small scale farmers, like 25 to 30 cents are the average land holdings. And they mostly access to radio, TV, normal, and local newspapers for seeking the information. But nowadays, they are moving towards more on web and e-learning platforms and mobile, etc. to seek the information. And also quite often we are seeing the farmers, they share the tacit knowledge between others. But they do not get a guidance or an information support regarding the new advanced technologies or techniques in farming available latest in the market. So this is another problem we have seen, that there is some delay in getting the information. Some farmers also express their need to have access to real-time information relating to crop management, dynamic information like market, weather, and things like that. And also, small-scale farmers are also dependent on mediators, like different agencies are playing, maybe input supply agencies, and they give a lot of information, they taken it for granted, and things like that. So, and also they lack some immediate access point. We have a system, but still there is an issue. So what we thought, definitely, how we can reach to this unreached, how to bring that gap, avoid that gap. So we thought to put some multimodal delivery mechanism. That means the information will go to the people by using different technology systems. So that's what requires a multimodal delivery approach. Of course, you have a lot of challenges to address those issues, like you have to identify the relevant information and contents. Then you have to build a dynamism in surveys, like how best you could bring a market information or a some other weather information to provide to the people, and how it can be a demand driven. Like somebody demands for an information, how best you could provide that information on time. Then of course, it has to be local language. Then definitely it has to be authentic. Because if you go to a web or anywhere, nowadays you could find a lot of information, but you are in a total dilemma which one to fetch. So the authenticity is a big issue, and stamping. So how best we could bring that stamping into that. Then how best you can make a reuse the knowledge which you have created with others. Of course, morning, a lot of people are talking about the collaborative synergy, things like that. Then how best you can deliver this information through a multimodal approach. So these are some of the challenges, and let's see how we are addressing these challenges. There is one project we have been doing from the last 7 years in project Kerala. It's called Kisan. Morning, Dr. Kelkar also mentioned about this project. This is basically an ICT-oriented agriculture information system, and it's one of the unique multimodal project in the state, implemented in the year 2003. The objective was to provide the right information at the right time to the right people. This was an objective which we have defined. So this is the multimodal delivery architecture we use. So we have different agencies to provide information to a common platform where it gets aggregated and processed and analyzed and authenticated. Then we have a different mechanism to do reaching the people through different media. Like we have a call center based tele-advisory services. We have a mobile based platform where you can pump your information. Then we have a television. We use a television network to give the information on up to date. We have an online services which gives more of information on real time. We also introduce a video on demand service where people can access the current topics of interest on agriculture and allied topics of their interest. Then also, of course, the radio network. So these are the different medias on which we reaching to the people. So what we offer is very simple. It's a common requirement of the people, like the best farming practices, pest disease, local weather, government highlights and research, things like that. All this information is pumped to the people. Now, as I said, it's a different services, like we have an online portal-based services where we have an access points. Kerala, we have a common service center called an Akshaya. It's quite effective across the state now. So this is one of the access points where people take the information, they access the information. Apart from that, we also have a village level Krishi Bhavans called an agriculture officer is being supervised. They also have some sort of connectivity where people can come and access. And also we have a certain information systems and where kiosks where people access the information through different offices and systems. The second one is called Krishi Deepam. We are using a television as one of the medium to reaching to the people. We do a television program weekly, 3 times per week, and a half-an-hour program. From the last 7 years we have been doing it. We have just finished 345 episodes, and so digital archive is also available for the public to access. Then of course, Kisan mobile-based information service where we give the information text, voice, video, and on all these 3 formats we are getting into the mobile. Then we have an effective tele-advisory services like where you can talk to our people and take the real-time advice. Then video on demand, and you can access to all the videos online. You can download it and you can reuse it. And of course, we have a radio broadcast program in collaboration with other agencies. So it's a typical online portal-based things. It's a bilingual portal where you could see the bilingual version as well. And this is some kind of, we are talking about how to address the content, the challenge on the contents. So we thought we need to bring a good quality contents where people, is a user-friendly contents where people will understand better. So we have done quite a bit on, it's one of the examples where we have done called crop health decision support system. So on the major crops in Kerala, we brought a very highly multimedia oriented contents where people could get an A to Z information about a particular crop. So this is a typical, for example, if you identify a symptom, how you could, a system will help you to go through and diagnosis by yourself and take the remedy measures for that. So this is a typical example of that. Like you get a full symptoms of, for example, if you take a coconut as a crop, you get around 150 symptoms is being listed as an image as well as video. So you go to take and you can zoom a particular stuff and you can take, this is exactly matching with your problem, you can take the control measures for that. And also you can watch the video if you really want to get more information. So this is an integrated platform. It's called Crop Health Decision Support System. There is another interesting decision support system, the soil-based nutrient management system in Kerala. And this is one of the problem we have addressed where farmers uh,